Hello and welcome to the NCC Audio YouTube channel. I am Nicholas Carlton Chamberlain, or you can just call me Nick for short, or just Nick. Now in this video, I am going to be going over 3 ways to find music for your podcast productions. So your podcast will sound professional and you won't have to worry whether or not the song is royalty free, and other complicated issues when it comes to finding music for your podcast productions. Cue that fancy intro, or just a simple transition works too. This first way I'm going to describe is the easiest and most affordable way to find music for your podcast. And that is by going to a music provider such as premiumbeat.com, storyblocks.com, or epidemicsounds.com. There are many options to choose from if you Google, but these are 3 great options to choose from. So let's dive into these 3 options. First up, we're going to look at premiumbeat.com. As you can see here, premiumbeat.com has royalty-free music, and what I like about this site is that the music is very high quality, and you get so much information in search options, whether it's genre or your mood, or you can just go ahead and look at the collections they have. Premiumbeat.com has great music selections. It has a great search feature, and it's relatively affordable. So let's look at the pricing here. We'll go to license, and as you can see here, there are 2 different options. You have your standard license and your premium license. And you can see the difference between the standard and premium here, but I'm just going to point you to right here, podcasts. So the standard license is what you're going to choose if you need music for your podcast production. Even though this may seem kind of high compared to the other music providers we're going to go over, but the fact is, once you purchase it one time, you get the license for life. Okay, let's move on to option number 2, storyblocks.com. So Storyblocks has an audio feature also where you can go and once again, you can search royalty-free music by moods or genres. And what's great about storyblocks.com is its price and licensing. So let's look into that. At first, you'll notice that you have a starter and unlimited access for individuals, for businesses. And usually, if you're just a solo podcast producer, you're an individual, and you're like, well, I don't need all that. What other options do they have? Well, scroll on down. Unlimited audio, I just need 1 song for my podcast. Well, keep scrolling, because look. You have basic audio subscription, and you get 3 downloads per month. But you just need 1 song. Why am I going to download 3 songs? Why do I need a subscription? Well, this is where Storyblocks comes in handy. Once you purchase the $10 per month and you find the song that you want for your podcast, you can see here under the individual license, the content is yours to keep and use forever. 100% royalty free. So that's cool, and you're going to see the difference with that on epidemicsounds.com. So let's move on over to epidemicsounds.com. You can't really see how the interface works without signing up for the free trial or purchasing it, but it also has great sounding songs, highly produced, and you can sort by genre and mood as well. But let's look at their pricing model. Their pricing model starts at $12 a month, which is a little more than Storyblocks, and it's less than premiumbeat.com. But with this, as soon as you cancel your subscription, you no longer have rights to the song. So you can't put it on any future productions. But you still have all the rights to all the previous productions that you had while you had your subscription. And of course, you can read the fine details in their terms and conditions if you want to learn more. Okay, so that was way number 1, premiumbeat.com, storyblocks.com, and epidemicsounds.com. And now the second way to find music for your podcast is to hire someone to compose custom music for you. Now, where are you going to find someone to compose music for you? Well, 2 good options to use is Fiverr.com and Upwork.com. With Fiverr.com, this is when you go and you search all the different music composers and you look at their biographies, and then you choose the music composer, and then you'll message them and ask them their rates, and you pick the freelancer that way. On Upwork, it's just the opposite. You post the job and you say, hey, everyone, I have a podcast. Is there anyone out there who can compose a song for me? And this is how much money I have to offer. And then people will reach out to you and you will have to interview them and to see if they were a good fit for you. If you don't want to use Fiverr or Upwork, you can use Facebook groups. You can go to a group such as Podcast Movement. You can ask questions to the other podcasters, asking them, hey, does anyone know any music composers? And a lot of people will have great answers for you. Or you could join a music composer Facebook group and say, hey, composers, I need some music for my podcast. And I'm sure a lot of people will offer their services for you. And of course, if you know a professional composer, just ask them. But it's probably going to be around $5,000 to $10,000 to $15,000 to $20,000 for a custom piece of music. So just be aware of that. Oh, and a little added bonus. I do love creating indie electronic music. So if you want me to compose some music for you, just reach out. All right, so let's move on to the third and final way for finding music for your podcast. Okay, this is going to be the most difficult way, but you don't have to worry about purchasing music and you don't have to worry about rights and licensing at all. And that is to compose your own music. So how do you compose your own music? The easiest way to do that is to purchase a MIDI keyboard and plug that into your computer or into your audio interface. And then you can use a digital audio workstation such as Pro Tools, Logic, GarageBand, Cubase, FL Studios, Reaper, and there's a myriad of other digital audio workstations out there that you can use. And most of them have their own virtual instruments built in. But of course, you can go and purchase third-party virtual instruments as well. But of course, it may take multiple months to learn how to compose. But if you can figure it out and have fun with it, you could have your own custom music that you produce on your own. All right, so let's just have a quick recap on the different ways to find music for your podcast. 1, go to a website that sells royalty-free music. 2, find someone to compose music for you. Or 3, compose your own music. Well, I hope I have answered your question on where to find royalty-free music for your podcast productions. If you are looking for more podcast production tips and tricks, then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring that bell to be notified whenever I release a new video. Thank you guys so much, and happy podcasting.